points off the board if they reverse that at the media timeout, as you mentioned. But A&M's willingness to run with Kentucky has gotten them some easy buckets.
Shepard finds Edwards, and now to Wagner. Good. B.J. Wagner
is something else. I mean, Dillingham does a great job guarding Obaski, forces a tough contested one. Better offense.
Wagner gets the whistle, and they'll count it. Position attempt for Buzz Williams in Texas A&M.
And it still seems like A&M's the aggressor on both ends of the court right now. As Reed Shepard waits to check in to calm things down and get a better offensive possession.
Handoff for Wagner. From 14 feet.
Nice cut here. Give and go. Connect. He got caught in no man's land. And Kentucky comes away with it.
Mitchell in the right spot. Good help.
Edwards thought about attacking. Good cutoff there by Vescovy. Wagner. Circus shot. DJ.
In Cal's 15 years, Lawrence is starting to cook in the early minutes. He's got 7.
Yeah, the good news for Vanderbilt is that Lawrence and Magnon are off to great starts.
Wagner straight on triple.
Now, Lewis has been double figures 2 of the last 4, but he's more known as a three-point shooter.
Bradshaw, that long reach, taps it back out to Wagner. The freshman puts it in. Change very quickly. Magnon would not be denied that time. Ezra Magnon nearly into double figures in the first half.
Well, he is just so fearless with the way he attacks the rim.
Magnon contests the Wagner triple. Book it. 4:15 to go. Here's Mitchell trying to muscle his way past Roberts. Left that one short. Mitchell might have blown a tire here. I think he's trying to. No, he's just favoring that one away.
Pull-up jumper. And a 4-0 start for Arkansas.
Tremont Mark can score. If he's the type of guy with Caleb Battle that can come into a game like this and just take over and they can become unstoppable. Kentucky does not want to let those guys get it going at the start.
Battle, the SEC Player of the Week for his performance last week, and it was sensational. 42 in one game, 36 in the other. DJ Wagner. Round jumper for Tremont Mark.
That's what he can do. Tremont Mark can make tough, difficult shots. That was good defense. He makes tough shots.
Here's an open 3. 2 for 2. Way and for the lead, and there's Caleb Battle's first basket. That might get him going.
He's always on the attack. You cannot relax when he hits the ball. You can't guard him with one person.
Dillingham doubled down on the baseline. No call on that collision. And Wagner, he had some early foul trouble. Had most of their points early, and he's back out there as the second half's underway. Kentucky trying to go to 11-5 in the SEC. Arkansas at 5-10, playing some really good basketball here today in what has been an inconsistent year. Wagner, he's got another 3. That's 4. Here's a breakout for Arkansas. Block shot by Fierro.
Dude, Fierro does so much for this Kentucky team. It doesn't show up in the stats.
Wagner off the window. Got another one.
Double technicals.
Dillingham for Kentucky.
Inbound that time
on the same play.
It's about 7 3-point shots per game. That is bonus for Chris Jansen's guys early. Don Jones, sophomore, 6'5", 205 out of Houston, Texas. Wagner tries. That's huge. They're going to have to shoot the ball well because the shot quality of Mississippi State is winning this game so far. Good take by Wagner. Guard, Nate Oates be the first guy to tell you that. They weren't physical enough. That's not what you're running into tonight against Chris Jansen's guys. This is an entirely different game than what Kentucky played in on Saturday. 5 on the shot clock. About a 5-second difference. Wagner will fire. That's good.
Huge. That is huge.
Dillingham can plumb bob. 29-28. Crimson Tide. 9:27 to go. First half. Look for the open man. Shepard. Back outside. Wagner. Wagner off the penetration. Sweeping move by DJ.
Puts it up. Cardwell the rebound. Williams for 3. Frenetic action here at Auburn.
Wagner off the glass and good to quiet him down.
Wagner 4 assists in the game, only 1 turnover. And he got in the paint there. He hits a floater. That was.
They overplayed it with 3 defenders.
So EK, their leading scorer at 15 a game's got 10.
Dillingham could start to get heated here. When he gets going, he does it in bunches.
He doesn't need much help either.
Oh, nice crossover by Wagner. Got it to go.
Pretty.
Blocker with the shot clock running down. Boy, almost banked it in.
But Arkansas, Dan, cannot live at the end of shot clocks.
Wagner, left hand, and it's good.
Well, you let him get down, and that's plagued Arkansas all season long. They do not execute defensively on out of bounds underneath and give up a layup. That happened to them against South Carolina on several occasions. And that's the kind of thing that can get Antonio Reeves going. And I thought Kentucky needed to go to him. Oh, good screen.
Wow, Reeves with the screen. He won't get. Needs to execute. Needs to get a good look. And they turn it over. There was nowhere to go on that pass attempt by Ellis, and Wagner lays it in at the other end.
Efficiency. It's not a number that usually jives with a national championship or even a Final Four team.
I don't love that by Mac. Again, go to some ball screen stuff. Get those bigs away from the basket as they did in the previous possession. They can move their feet.
There's DJ Wagner, dad in the house tonight. He's able to hit the finger roll.
John Calipari told his team, don't be shocked if he pulls up from deep. You must be there on the catch 30 feet away. Johnson makes them pay.
8-0 Gamecock run. Wagner from 15. What a move.
He's put on so far.
How about what Coach Cal is dialing up here? Twin Tower action. You got 7-1 Bradshaw, 7-2 Big Z. Wagner slashing, throws it up there and flips it in.
30-some on this clock for Georgia to get slowly back in and gain some momentum before halftime. Boy, Wagner can turn that corner, can he?
The SEC Network. The Lady Vols will host Vandy in Knoxville at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Number 1 South Carolina squares off against Texas A&M as well. Mike Morgan, John Sunvold, great to be with you this Saturday evening. Brutal cold outside, but man, oh man, is Kentucky.
He's going to the corner. Miscommunication. Can't give up the layup.
Sunahara was a Division II Player of the Year for Nova Southeastern. They went 36-0.
Undefeated. They beat Missouri St. Louis, coached by my older brother Bob, in the Elite Eight. Only by a bucket.
I did not know that was going to connect a dot to the Sunvold family as the
175 pounds. And he's mobile.
That's the key, too. I mean, he moves almost like a big man with a soccer background.
Can't stay in front of him, can you? You cannot.
Shepard and Dillingham have taken over for Kentucky. It's going to be a pick your poison for opponents throughout the rest of the year.
Utmost confidence each guy has. Down the stretch of a game, we've seen Dillingham do it all season. We saw the massive free throws with a smile on his face.
Yes.
That were delivered against A&M by Shepard.
Clutch, to say the least. Wagner on another drive and another bucket. They can't stop it. 8 points for Kentucky. Mitchell at the free throw line. Wheeling.
Boy, so solid his body.
Kick out pass to a wide open Wagner.
Side kept Big Z out. Yep. Makes it easy. Layup. Clears the lane out like a lineman.
We know one thing. These dogs are not going to lay down.
No. Impressive. They go by road dogs because they've been so good on the road. And how about Wagner?
They hit first, find the ball second, defensive rebounding team.
And they're sensational in the half court under Jans. They're 9th in the country in defensive efficiency according to KenPom. They've got an elite three-point percentage defense as well, which will certainly come into play against Kentucky shooters. Here's Wagner with a hand in his face. Big-time play for DJ Wagner. It's something that defensively is reflected on higher point totals for their opposition. But talking with the coaching staff, they said, listen, we know we're going to give teams 10 more possessions than they normally have. Challenge is to be more efficient. Wagner with the step through. What a play.
I'm not sure there's a better.
It's 6. Here's Smith. He can drive. Right into trouble and lost it off of Mitchell. Dillingham. And now Wagner with the drive.
Now he is elevate. You have to increase that edge. They didn't have it against LSU, but got it back against Auburn. And they're really going to need it against Kentucky.
Yeah, they did lose at Auburn, but were much more competitive. It was a one-possession game with 2 minutes. And this game kind of to form. Kentucky up 8-2 in fast break points. The Aggies up 6-2 in offensive rebounds.
So many guys to the glass. That opens up transition for Kentucky, and they get
Taylor's step back 3. And he is having a big day so far.
You talk about a guy that gets hot quick and stays hot. That's Wade Taylor.
How about Wagner? You want 8.7 boards per game for number 11 in white.
And the leading offensive rebounder in the country. And nobody coming off the bench can match his rebounding numbers. It's ridiculous.
And again, Fierro is out. Bradshaw's been sitting forever with a couple of fouls. Wagner. Yes!
A lot of it. You know, it's kind of like with Tom Izzo, Michigan State. You know, that started in the mid to late 90s. They became a great offensive rebounding team. And Tom Izzo will say, well, we couldn't make a shot. We had to do something. And, you know, it's just part of the culture. But there's risk associated with it, and that's transition risk. Falling down, I'm not sure that rose to the level of much beyond incidental contact with the referee right on top of it.
Wagner, good defense by Garcia, but Wagner better offense. A&M could rebound the basketball.
Well, the second half, this has been a different Kentucky team on the glass. Onyensu's been terrific. Great cut.
Hall of Fame coach Calipari, been on the sideline 15 years at Kentucky. Dennis Gates in his second season from Missouri. Pretty left-handed runner by of John Calipari in this game right off the bat. 5-7 to start for Missouri. Wagner. That's good. But both teams on Wildcats. He's got dogs. A lot of them. And so far the scoring's been pretty balanced. Mitchell's got 8. Dillingham's got 6. Wagner's got 7 as Trey Mitchell, number 4, back on the floor. He started with a couple of threes in this game. And Kentucky up 7. See what Gates wanted to do in that timeout, and it's probably not that. But that goes. Sean East got 15.
I love how you picked up on his ability to just kind of nudge just enough, man, to get some separation into his own spot. Really well done by 55 in black.
Shepard had that one deflected. Again, Reeves was cutting as he was driving. 10 on the shot clock. Wagner right around Vanover. That's a tough shot. Pretty finger roll, and it will go.
That was speed on speed, and the speed of East won the battle.
He's into all the plyometrics of the yoga and the conditioning, and he's got his foot, or feet I should say, underneath him for his jump shot. Wagner did on that one.
Environment by a wide margin so far this year. They played Penn, but not at the Palestra. They played downtown. They played at Louisville, but there might have been more Kentucky fans there than Cardinal fans. This is a step up in terms of hostility.
It's the first true road game they're playing.
You're going to count that thing.
Now Mitchell tips it away, forces a turnover.
But you have to pass away from the defense.
Well, when Wagner gets going, how many in the country are... Back to a 5-point lead now for the Gators. Wagner trying to shake Pullen, gets inside, scoops it up and in. Now Pullen guarding Mitchell. Jump hook, no, but a nice rebound there by Reeves.
If you can get one-on-one in the post with Mitchell and a small guard, that's the way.
7-point lead for the Gators. Wagner turns the corner on Denzel Aberdeen and scoops another one up and give the Gators the lead again.
That gives Clayton 21 for the game.
Wagner turns the corner and scores again.
About 6'7", 6'8", but plays much bigger than that. He's fierce, he's physical, and he's accustomed to going against bigger, stronger players.
So meanwhile, on this end of the floor, You mentioned it, the ceiling is high. It's very high. They already average about 90, 91 points per game. Wagner to the cup.
Which is what you expect from a veteran team.
Corner three in the air. That one's offline. It was Lewis who let it go. Dillingham, number 0 in the white. Always nice. A blur. How about Wagner? A little crossover movement away from the basketball. Yeah.
For young players at home, so much of this basketball game is played when you do not have the basketball in your hand. Learn to move without the basketball.
Wagner, that quick burst. Yeah, he beat the 7-footer off the dribble that time, so Wagner has 6. He hasn't missed yet. Lieb puts it up. Dillingham down with the board. They are a blur in transition. Wagner sets and fires.
No doubt. We've been talking about that today, kind of where they have been ranked. And, you know, when you look at this Kentucky Wildcat team, obviously they're up 20-plus points today. But what do you think is going to be the key game in double figures? 3 rebounds to go with that in 33 minutes. Pretty efficient as well.
Illinois State has 4 scorers in double figures. Wagner to the bucket.
The Kentucky fans have hung around in the Yum Center to revel in what will be their 5th win in the last 6 of this series, and their 9th to go.
8 on the shot clock and another turnover.
And that time clocked it up. He is good in the open floor.
Wagner off the window.
He does all the talking too, both ends of the floor, to his team.
Bradshaw, he's still savoring that 3-pointer, and he's thinking about another one, I can tell you.
He might get the yank if he did, or don't reach it like that. They got what they want. The post up.
Wagner inside, left hand, got it.
Didn't need it.
Yeah, so both of Shepard's parents, as you just mentioned, played college basketball at Kentucky. Now, Shepard told me his dream school was always Kentucky. There was no other question. He was always going to follow the footsteps of his parents. And, guys, even though his dad has always been his coach and his workout partner, he claims his style of play resembles his mom.
God, he drew the attention of 2.
It's the second tie of the game. Wagner going up for 3. Got it.
He started.
Big Bash. Sunday, December 31st on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
How about that way to beat your press? And give it to Mitchell.
1-point game with 6.5 to go. Wagner working against Davis. Up with the left hand, and he got it on a scoop. Wagner with Withers on him.
He likes this match.
10 on the shot clock. Wagner goes to work. Shot from the elbow goes.
You knew that was
here. Jordan Dingle, remember, transferred to St. John's, lost another starter. Max Smart's medically retired. So Perkins has been relied on heavily in the early goings of this year. There's DJ Wagner. Nice to have him back. Smith on the attack, lays it up with the left. That's the first basket for the junior George Smith. Wagner, that's a pretty finish. Slacker to Spinoso, knocked away. That was Shepard with a good sleight of hand. And again, Shepard eyes up. Finds Wagner, sets the feed, puts it up, and puts it in. DJ coming up on the 8-minute mark inside the Wells Fargo Center. Down and out for Perkins.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe.
Oh, Wagner.
The head coach says he might be the most gifted athlete he has coached at Miami.
That's saying a lot, because Jim Larinaga has built a fabulous program.
Slicing in, tough move there.
And that's because they're all very good, strong hands, but the hands go after the basketball, right? They're not reaching over and getting any part of the body. It's hand right on the ball.
Floater off the mark by Boyles. Wagner showing the speed. That's good. Another 3 hoisted up by the Herd. Tapped around to the hands of Shepard. Long pass right on the money, and they're drifting.
Off a steal, a rebound, advancing it to whoever's running up the floor. There's a miss and a rebound by Dillingham. Always on the attack. Finds the slashing here on that pass to move and get your hands high. Reeves up top finds Wagner on the wing. Wagner slicing, dicing, and execution, Mike. You could drop a ton of plays, but they executed it. And then Mitchell gets the rebound on the other end. Wagner coming off a memorable first half, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he starts
understanding of the game. It's one thing to have somebody who can make shots and dribble, but do they have good decision making?
Right.
These freshmen have good decision making skills.
Now, you hear the term so often, basketball IQ. The basketball IQ.
First half, he made a few of those, set his feet, didn't rush it.
One thing Coach Cal keeps telling Justin Edwards, we know you can shoot threes. We need you to play bigger.
I love how it's always a direct line to the basket.
Uh-oh. Thiero on a steal. 2-on-1 to Wagner.
Reed Shepherd's dad, Jeff, in their national championship team.
You put Jeff in the cookbook, didn't you?
That's right. I didn't want to remind him that everything's going so well for he and his family.
Wagner.
And 13 just goes right behind him. Gets to the front of that rim.
Mitchell displaced on the block. Now he gets it 12 feet away. They come to double. He's a great passer, and he finds DJ Wagner for 3. Into the 7-footer. Strip. Shepherd comes out of there with it. 4-on-3 for the Cats. Wagner steps through. There's a left-handed fit.
Hard to get past Fleming if you're Thiero.
Nearly a walk, but the loose ball scooped up. Here comes Wagner. And a jam. And a push ahead for Xavier Brown. Left it short. Wagner got it to roll. And a block by Edwards.
Really nice help there by Edwards. Reed Shepherd gambled and missed, but his teammate there to clean it up.
Wagner with the reverse. Brown right in Shepherd's face. Trying to find some space for Wagner. Got it. Greer, floater. Back iron, Shepherd to the board. Feed ahead to Thiero. And now he'll bring it out. Figured this game would be decided in the 80s, but didn't figure it'd take an overtime to do so. Greer is all over Shepherd, nowhere to go on the left side. Wagner takes it down with his left hand.
In the right corner. How about this? Over the last 21 non-conference games at Rupp Arena, opponents
Atleta's playing with some flair. I'm talking a little trash coming down the court.
3 out front's good for Wagner.
When you're leading the break, you got to be aware of who's behind you.
Get it into Wagner. Wagner's going to pull up and hit.
Milt Wagner, well, I mean, Dewan was great too, but boy, Milt Wagner was terrific. And here's DJ. He's got a pretty...
And that back to what Coach Cal was talking about, because that one was contested. The other 2 were open threes. That one contested, and they still knocked it down.
They have missed 6 of their last 7 shots. Reeves on the attack. Finds Wagner. Wagner with a nice adjustment, rolls it in.
Got the turnover now. They need to turn it into points.
They were down 19-6 and a chance to take the lead. Dillingham driving, stops, finds Shepherd. Plenty of time, shot clock at 14. They work it inside out. Wagner to the rim, and the Cats lead. Williams into the lane, and I believe that was Edwards that swatted that one back out, and the open three was no good off the deflection. Boy, Wagner just charges and attacks in transition.
It's hard to stop that.
And a block, but Williams got it back and scored.
Great block by Shepard, but right back to Williams, is able to.
And on the other end.
Shot clock late again. It's at 3. Corner triple. Skipped off, and Reeves brought it down. Wagner. Got it to go.
He is so tough.
Kentucky with its preseason number 16 ranking, the lowest it's been in the John Calipari era to start the season. Not indicative of the promise of this team in this freshman class, and a goaltending call will count the bucket. Wagner got his hands on it, and he takes it in with the left. He'll go to the line.
I think one thing we're going to see Edwards really improve on throughout the course of the season is just in transition and knowing when to attack, how to attack, and being a little bit more careful.
Rawls left it short. Well, the lingering question for Kentucky would be the timeline for the bigs. Aaron Bradshaw, 7-footer. He's a freshman. Gun Onyenso, 7 feet, 247. When I saw Onyenso when we were here for Big Blue Madness, it was immediately apparent that he's even bigger than he was last year. Wagner's first 3. Been bothered by an injury and not able to go. Shepard finds it. Numbers for the Cats, 5-on-2. And it will go for Wagner.